Our next mentor text is Educated by Tara Westover. And this is a story about her growing up in a Mormon household and not being educated in the traditional sense, not going to school, not being told things about how the world works, and just relying upon the things that her family has told her, and then her eventual leaving that life to find out about the world. Chapter 6. The winter after Tyler left, Audrey turned 15. She picked up her driver's license from the county courthouse and on her way home got a job flipping burgers. Then she took a second job milking cows at 4 a.m. every morning. For a year, she'd been fighting with Dad, bucking under the restraints he put on her. Now she had money. She had her own car. We hardly saw her. The family was shrinking, the old hierarchy compressing. Dad didn't have enough of a crew to build hay sheds, so he went back to scrapping. With Tyler gone, the rest of us were promoted. Luke at 16 became the eldest son, my father's right hand, and Richard and I took his place as grunts. I remember the first morning I entered the junkyard as one of my father's crew. The earth was ice, even the air felt stiff. We were in the yard above the lower pasture, which was overrun by hundreds of cars and trucks. Some were old and broken down, but most had been wrecked, and they looked it. Bent, arched, twisted. The impression they gave was of crumpled paper, not steel. In the center of the yard there was a lake of debris, vast and deep. Leaking car batteries, tangles of insulated copper wire, abandoned transmissions, rusted sheets of corrugated tin, antique faucets, smashed radiators, serrated lengths of luminous brass pipe, and on and on. It was endless, a formless mass. So we're going to try 3 different techniques with this book. One being the use of semicolons. So semicolons are something that people oftentimes use incorrectly. And the 2 uses for semicolon are when you have 2 sentences that are very closely connected. And so we're combining them, but without using and or. And the other use is when you're doing some sort of a list where there's multiple sentences that are comprising that list. So we see here that now she had money, she had her own car, we hardly saw her. So this is actually doing both of the functions of a semicolon. It's connecting these things because they are closely related, and it's also making a list. The other 2 things that I want us to try are the blank after blank, comma, this happened. So the summer after my dog died, comma, this happened. The school year after my math teacher left, this happened. Whatever it is, okay? You're just going to have that kind of structure there. And then the last thing I want you to try is just making a list of things. So at the end we have the junkyard here, and she's just literally listing all the things that she sees. And this list of adjective and noun things creates a picture, and we can visualize being in this junkyard. We see all those things that she's seeing, and we feel kind of the oppressiveness of all of these different objects. So grab your paper and we can get started.